That's deep.
Everything we did was to live in harmony with the land. So when the invaders came, we lived in the treetops. We had treetop villages just like we had villages on the ground. If you look at Florida, you'll see a lot of tree stumps when you're going down toward the Keys. That's because all of those trees was burnt down in forest fires and chopped down by lumberjacks in order to get in there to get at the Gullah Geechee and the Seminole Wars or the Gullah Wars. You used to be able to walk treetops from southern Florida's tip all the way to Louisiana without coming out the trees.
On
Now
some
you can't find no trees.
hey, on some Avatar shit.
Yeah, we literally used to have treetop villages.
Facts. Big facts.
That look, they burnt down our cities, flooded us out, mud flooded us, been continuously bombing us ever since they've been here, and then they act like we ain't even at war. And then
Straight
they
fact.
tell us how to fight them.
Right. Right.
If you want to fight me, you got to fight me like this.
Right. And we be like, okay.
Right. Right. Won't think outside the box with that shit.
We ain't gonna never take our shit back because don't nobody want to take our shit back. But soon as we get tired of playing the game,
that was a lie.
look, as soon as we get done playing the games and we get tired of dicking around with these motherfuckers, we gonna claim our shit back. Ain't no doubt about it, cause we done it before and we'll do it again.
Facts. Facts.
It's just family business. It ain't nothing personal, and we related to the earth.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. So when we look at NATO, all right, because this is where we get stuff like native and stuff like that. You know, this is where we find the difference between indigenous and native. Or there is another one. There is autochthonous, I think is the word, but I can't. I might be slaughtering the word. I can't recall it right now. But when we're talking about NATO, it says this could also be known as reincarnated because the word NATO is definition of and relating to the place of time of one birth. This word is etymologically rooted in the Portuguese Natal, meaning Christmas, Noel, Jule, Nativity. Hence, you know, that's what they say that the nativity that you do underneath your tree is literally the recreation of the birth of the of white Jesus. Now, as well as the Indonesian language also shows the Christmas connection of birthing children with its word Natal, meaning Noel or Christmas. All right. So that is the correlation when you are reincarnated or reincarnated in association to what to the place where you're born at. You know that connection because if you're reincarnating, you're gonna be born in different places, but you're always gonna come back to your own lineage. What say you, sister?
So that's how they track us from lifetime to lifetime using our natal chart. A natal chart is your birth chart.
Facts.
And they know when you coming in because you also have a death natal chart, right? So this is when you're not going to be in the physical body, but when it's a certain alignment of stars, your energy signature going to tell them you coming back and where at on the planet based off longitude, latitude, and the stellar alignment. And that's why they always want your vital statistics because
Facts.
they matching their data of when you left the last time to when you return.
Facts. 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 Did you wanted to add something, Sister Yasini? We still got you with us, or
I'm definitely with you. Just listening. I'm up
Listen.
to number 7.
I want to add on to that.
I'm on to number 7 though.
Please go ahead, sis.
Um, it's the way for the colonies, the open penal colonies, to know how many people are going to be born into those colonies, how many they're going to add into those roles to put into school, to work, to things like that. Like he said, it's just another tracking device. Because I don't think I've ever had one done myself.
Okay, okay.
You don't want to be tracked like that because you don't want them giving you a death certificate.
Right.
I don't want to, but Yasini said the other night, made me jump up on my chair. She said, we allowed them to pronounce us dead. That doesn't mean
But we
that
didn't
we
know what
are
they were
dead.
doing because they concealed it. The way that they concealed it, it took us a long time to discover exactly how it worked.
Facts, facts, facts. Now with the whole nativity story, oh, did you want to add something, Sister Yasini? You're muted though. That's why I couldn't hear nothing you said.
I'm sorry. I said it works by them knowing biology pretty much. They know about homeostasis. They know how the cells work. They know that the cells is fighting for life. And so if you can take a person and just say, "Oh, you have cancer, you probably in stage 4, you're going to die in 6 months." Then right there, that person don't know how to um, refute that with their mind. Then they're just going to take that information, slowly let it start feeding at them, and then they're going to make themselves in a state of dying,
They
right?
accept the program.
Yeah. And then all they really got to do is who knows what. Once they get you in the hospital, that's the worst thing. I mean, you've been diagnosed with death.
Yeah, pretty much.
50-50 chance. All of the shit, whatever they say, they can
Well,
make it come true.
when we born, they declare us dead on sea under Admiralty law
Yes.
because we breached our mother's canal. We were stranded at sea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's that's what kept us under salvage right law, which they
Fact.
used to implement squatters' rights.
Mm.
Right. And a squatter makes you a foreigner, no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're even if it's your land, if you label yourself a squatter, you're a foreigner because that's what a squatter does. It goes and sits itself on somebody else's property and claims it for themselves.
Right.
Yeah. So the squatters' rights was part of salvage cleanup from the great wreck of the Plymouth and our landmass. They put us under quarantine because they said our landmass smashed into their ship and they filed the claim in the world court. This is why they had to come to the peace treaty, the peace friendship agreement, merge the Virginia Company, the Northwest Trading Company, sign the treaty with the Royal Moroccan Company in order to do commerce and trade in the Americas under the Admiralty jurisdiction of the Crown of England, empowered by the Pope. And the clergy was given the instructions to civilize the world and implement some shit called the white man's burden to spread Christianity to all of the heathens of the world. So when we talk about the Christmas um, story, we really talking about an ancient pagan tradition to commemorate the winter solstice and move the families together in order to harness the energy of the winter solstice by good tidings or good energy exchange. They took it and turned it into a commercial enterprise. They turned it into a commercial enterprise in order to use it to suck our money from us, our wealth, and keep us impoverished.
Facts. Big facts.
So the poorest people in the world buy the most expensive shit.
True. That is true. That is very, very true. We That's because a person that feels, not that they are, a person that feels worthless will go looking for something else to acquire to give themselves some worth. And you're not worthless. You've been bamboozled into thinking that you're worthless.
Or you can look at it another way. They naturally feel like they royalty and that they should have the best of everything. And this poverty shit is confusing to them because it doesn't make sense. Because we ain't never been the impoverished people on this land. So we don't know what this poverty shit is. I want to get it because that's what I want.
That's crazy.
Facts. Facts.
Oh shit! Wow.
But once we realize that our natural royal disposition to have the best of everything has been weaponized against us, then we withhold our money from the enemy and only do business with each other.
And that's gonna happen.
We got to.
Right.
Unless you want to stay oppressed and subjugated to the system.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. We can't. If we want change, like Obama said, shit. I hate to quote him, but he's the one that I remember saying it. But if you want change, you gotta be the change. You gotta bring forth that power and that unity. It's gotta be a unanimous unity that just goes completely against the, I don't want to say the status quo, but the norm that has been set in place to tell us what's normal and what's not normal.
That's like the law average. What the fuck is average? What that mean? That
Faith.
was a way to divide to separate people based on skill set.
Mm.
The average motherfucker is the one that don't really work hard for it, but he good at it anyway.
Right.
But if you put
Yeah.
in the hard work, he'd be great. That's what
Right.
average is.
Yeah, don't call me average or normal or normal.
Yeah, I don't think I've been accused of being normal or average.
Right.
Below average, maybe.
Okay, above normal.
Look, the deer come back. Black girl magic.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
Long
get to
time
this.
ago.
Let's get to this dough, to this because we know the word deer, but are we
Hey,
aware?
hey, play the thing. This is Black Girl Magic. You gonna
Oh,
learn.
hold
Tell them.
on, hold on. Where is it at? Where is it at?
You gonna learn today.
Yep.
You gonna learn today, but let's learn about this doe because we know the word deer, but the deer in reindeer is cognate with the word doe, which is phonetic doe. Because remember, we're talking about a flower, and from the flower comes the flower. The flower, the carnation, that's where you get the flour for cooking. Well, that not exactly that, but I'm just saying the flour is where you get the flour from. I don't know what other way to explain it, but I'm hoping that you're catching the whole thing, which is the phonetic dough made from the flour or flour, the carnation or reincarnation that makes the bread. The other aspect to consider is that the deer is also connected to the heart because the word deer translates into Dutch heart, Norwegian jord, Swedish jord, and while the English word heart definitionally a red male deer. All right, so a heart is a red deer. like HART. It means a red deer,
which
and
is actually a tribe too.
oh, okay, go ahead.
And
Damn.
that's they told them is the red deer. It's a motherline tribe, meaning that the inheritance come through the red house. So they the red deer. The blue deer is coming from the fatherland, which is the rulership. But this is the red deer, which is the Keystone Nation, which is Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, and the red nose is the symbol for the pit bull. And the pit bull is the one that get a hold of that shit, won't let go. So when you're talking about the hearts, right, you're also talking about a kindred clan called the Valentines, right? They named Valentines after Saint Valentine of the Catholic Church, but they was really a spinoff tribe of the Red Heart tribe that was influenced by the church.
Mm.
You see, she say, "Deer is Jeep flipped."
I caught that. I caught that. And when
Mm-hmm.
you look at Jeep flipped, it resembles deer.
Yeah. Now look, you see the picture with Santa Claus and the reindeer, right?
Right,
But behind him, that's supposed to be the moon, ain't it?
right. Those are facts.
But that's really the Earth because
Mm.
it's a mirror flip. It's a mirror flip on the four corner shuffle, which is a vice lord line. The the buck, the doe, the fawn, and the herd, which is a family affair.
A
Because
family.
the buck is because the doe is the parents of the fawns, and the fawns make up the herd, and the herd make up the family. And the family is from the Red Heart tribe, or the Heart tribe represented by the red buck, which is Ohio, the Buckeye State. And the Buckeye is the bullseye. On the red eye is a late night flight on the West Coast turnaround to the LAX.
Yeah.
So we read the pictures as the tarot cards. And that's where the black girl magic come in, the ability to read the oracle.
You gonna learn today.
All right, Taz.
And so when the term of endearment is dear, honey. Ain't that
Facts,
right?
facts,
Ain't,
yes.
ain't that right, sweetheart?
Okay.
Who is that you talking to? That's just my boo.
Yes.
And
That's the
boo is a ghost, and ghost is Casper. And
term.
Casper is the friendly ghost, and the friendly ghost is the ghost with the friendly soul. And the friendly soul is the kindred spirit. And the kindred spirit is the spirit you're familiar with, which is a familial spirit, which is a bloodline on a family tie, on a family tree. I'm just saying, can y'all keep up with me?
Yeah, keep it coming. Coming.
So the black girl magic is knocking on a zigzag zig on the crossfire to a 3-picture 2-ball cane flip on a family affair for the motherland to be redeemed off the red heart. And the red heart is filled with passion. And the heart of the home is the kitchen. Because the kitchen is the pride of the mother, where she make the soul food to nourish the souls of the family. So we all sit around the dinner table as one happy family. And that's how you keep the herd together. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
I ain't the one to talk, so you ain't heard it
Hey,
from me.
ooh, that's what we want to hear. I'm telling you. That's what we want to hear.
Joe Beller said her brain might explode.
Yes. Give us some of that brain explosion. I'm gonna take 20 on that brain explosion.
It's called a braingasm.
Brain gas. There you go.
Let me get $50 worth.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's the deer. But remember, we're talking about the red heart, the red buck. All right. So when we're talking about the red buck, we're talking about the candy canes, the red and white candy canes. All right. Now, Sis, you want to tell us about candy canes?
Yep. Okay, so the word deer also gives us the conjoint indication as to why candy canes are also an integral part of this tradition. By spelling deer backwards, we get the anagram of reed and reed. Translated into French becomes rosé, meaning cane, reed. So the candy cane of the reindeer, which is simply another allegorical way of indicating the spinal column.
Facts, facts.
Yes, the
The
spinal
candy
column.
Now,
facts. So
the symbol for the vice lords is a top hat and a cane.
top hat and a cane, right? Those are facts. Those are facts, though.
Yeah.
The top hat represent the Manhattan Indians.
What?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
The Manhattan clan is the Mad Hatter clan. They the ones who rallied the troops.
Mm.
Facts.
Manhattan is the battle cry, right? They are the gents. And the cane is the cane represented by the Baron at a crossroads,
Mm.
right? That old goon, Ogun, right? So now he walked with a cane because he got a limp. That's a crooked man walking on the land.
Mm-hmm.
And you see on the Vice Lord cap, you see the 5-pointed star of Venus instead of the upside down 5-point star of Baphomet. Because Baphomet is Venus crucified.
Come again.
Baphomet is Venus crucified. It's the upside down 5-point star.
Mm.
These
Yeah,
are the symbols of the Vice Lord nation. 5-point star, peoples.
Mm.
yeah, most definitely. I just wanted people to get a visual of what the brother was saying because I know you all hear him talking, but
Yeah.
if you, it sounds like gibberish, but when you put two and two together, you could find the concept of what he is that he's talking about, this top hat and the cane. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So just adding value to the brother's thing, but yeah, candy canes, the buck, the reed, becomes the cane or the spinal column. All right. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when we're did anybody else wanted to add something? Because
So the reed is also synonymous with the Reed Sea, mistranslated in the Bible as the Red Sea.
Mm.
The
damn,
Red Sea is the Red Crips, but the Red Crips is called Bloods,
Right.
right? So now we on the West Coast turnaround with the information. We got all clans on the land involved in Black Girl Magic teaching these motherfuckers something.
right,
So on this buck head, you see his horns, right? His antlers.
right,
Right.
That's also the reef. It's also represented by a reef.
And that cane is just another divination staff.
Yep, magic wand, Black Girl Magic once again,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You gonna learn
So,
today.
and you see the red and white stripes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The red and white stripes flips out into a red and white checkerboard,
Ooh.
right? So we on fifth dimensional chess. We in the out of the ruby red tablets of set. blood on the floor. You better walk with a cane so you don't slip and fall and show your red bottom shoes.
And is that for the era that's going out, or the one
Right. So
that's
this is the closing of the dirt that was did in the red house. The blood on the floor was the Babylonian blood magic, which is a sin rite used to subjugate the people and keep them in a mental stupor called the spell of Kingu.
The Red Queen, off with their heads.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Blood everywhere. The Red Queen.
Mm-hmm. Bloody Mary.
The bloody big head.
Right? And Mary is the Mary of Scots. Mary means rebellious woman, but it's not. It's a derogatory term for the young maiden. It means that she's a rebellious woman because they can't make her act like they want her to act. You know, them difficult black women.
Oh,
You know what we talking about.
I
They
don't
don't tolerate people
but
coming with that bullshit. Your receipt is rejected, motherfucker.
I said I don't personally, however, Mary Magdalene would be, is she like a queen? Is she got some stature up there?
Look, Mary Magdalene means the rebellious woman with the mandala, the ability to create or to use manifestation. The mandala is called the Sri Yantra. And it's the manifestation mandala. It's used to manifest. Right? So the Mary or the rebellious woman who uses the mandala is an oracle.
Lilith.
A prophetess.
It's
Not
not
necessarily Lilith, but she's a prophetess.
Okay.
Now, it say that she was espoused to the Christ. That means that she had to be picked by the mother. And the mother is the queen mother. And the queen mother only going to pick the one that love her son unconditionally like she do.
And so did Queen Elizabeth err when she gave the crown to what's his face? Charles? Instead of
all that's TV. All that's what we call white man lies.
Okay. But
that's just the longest running soap opera.
Yeah.
Okay, so check this out. And that allegorical tale shouldn't wouldn't Princess Diana had gotten that crown when she passed, or someone female?
She would have been the rightful heir to the queen's crown.
They couldn't have let old girl have it.
Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, what about the other bitch that's married to the other guy?
I forgot her name, but she don't qualify either. Because so the black girl stand a better chance of qualifying if Diana was actually dead, but she ain't dead.
Okay. Yeah.
So they know she's not dead, so they can't give the crown to another queen. So then it passes to the son as the king, and his wife has become the queen, even though she's in absentia. She's still the queen, but she can't. She's what you call a stranger to the throne. She's been estranged from the throne, but they know she's still alive. She still would have been the rightful heir. But they was the family that covered up the black nobility and played the social affairs out in the public's eye so that the black nobility can remain concealed and continue to do their dirt unmolested.
Well, then why did the Pope just release the new Black Madonna?
Because he can't keep it secret no more. The Grand Matriarch seat is the Black Madonna seat. Right? Madonna means mother of Donna.
And you got to understand, a lot of those relics were in those churches all across Germany, Italy already, centuries. That those Black Madonnas have been over there for centuries, unbeknownst to us. And
that's the land of ISIS anyway.
He's just revealing it now.
Yeah, all of the Europeans revere the Madonna and Child, which is Isis, the queen of heaven and earth.
And their Madonnas are black, though. They are literally black
Okay,
statues.
right. Yeah, the one he released her.
Because that's what she was, a melanated woman.
You know what I'm saying? On the land. So we brought Rod on, man. Rod finna get ready to crack heads into its camps. Can you hear me, Rod?
Yeah, I can hear you. I gotta go out and come back in. So what you do, run that video, because this is gonna be the foundation for what we're gonna be talking about.
Got you. I got you.
Do I sound pretty clear?
Yeah, you clear. You loud and clear.
Okay. So it's a couple things I need you to remember. When they talking about the number 13, right? They're talking about the spell put on the Great Mother by the secret societies.
Okay.
When they talk about the 72 star seal in the dome, they talking about the 72 sigils used to seal the Great Mother womb.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then they're going to talk about the layout of Washington, D.C. Those are sigils on the ground for conjure spell.
Okay.
Right? When they talk about patriots, they talking about patriarchy.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so when you listen to it, they're going to give you all of this history, and they're going to tie all the stuff we've been talking about, the usurping of the Great Mother and the restoring the Great Mother back to her throne. They finna show you all of the places they put the spells on her, but he's going to be telling it as if the number 13 is a cursed number. But the curse was put on the number 13 by the patriarchy to put a circle of blockade around Big Mama's seat. Right? He's dealing with D.C., District of Columbia. Remember, before it was Washington, D.C., right? It was called Rome.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right? To tie us back to all of the biblical prophecies. Also pay attention to how they connect George Washington to Zeus. And remember that Zeus is Enlil.
Okay.
You got that? So I can't hear you that good, so I got to go out and come back in so you can run that video. And by the time it's over with, we'll be ready to boot up.
I got right into it. About how this our nano land, how they use stealing them, try to usurp the mother's rights and the mitochondrial birth. Yeah, this is connecting all that stuff together. That's
yeah. So that guy is a lecturer and an author. And he got books and everything out on this stuff, talking about it. But what he's tying together, he not knowing that he's identifying the involved secret society's signature spellcast.
Okay.
Each one of them had cast the spell. You have to find the keys, right? And then you have to use your imagination and develop your psychic intuition where you can keep analyzing what's being said, who's saying it, where is it coming from, right? If you go back to that guy he said was writing the codes, his name is the code, right? So I don't know how you want to do this, but we could either dissect the video or we can go on to the regular Q&A.
Hey, like however you want to do it, but I got some questions concerning that video, and the questions that I had go along with that video.
Now, remember all the tough stuff I told you at the beginning, right? True.
About the 72 thing, because I was like, okay, do that connect with the 72 demons of Solomon?
Yeah, because only those are the energies that the 72 seals have in them.
Okay.
Only by knowing which seal, what these 72 seals is, they actually DNA codons.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? But when you know the energy frequency, when it's being used in the character spell, it'll stick out. Now notice they only put 5-pointed stars in all of the 72 seals. That's the reverse side of the coin. The other side is the sigil side. So the 5-point star represents Venus.
Go ahead.
Right? The aspect of the Great Mother that is her most seductive and her most loving. Right? When she goes to the Big Mama aspect, the old crone, she's now seasoned, well developed in her mental perception of this reality. Right? And now she's seated on the throne as the old crone, Big Mama. In the beginning stages is the young girl on her fool's journey to become Big Mama.
Okay.
Right? So they reenacting the story on the Blue House, which is signature of the Hiram key, Hiram Abiff.
Okay.
Who was struck by 3 ruffians. Hold up. Yeah.
Hey.
Hold on 1 second now.
Go ahead, handle your business. Yeah, that's gonna bring me to my next question that I got. That's gonna tie into this whole thing. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Hey, Rod, this gonna tie what you just saying. This gonna tie. Now, this is the big question because I wrote this one down, man. I pondered on it all day. And you just said a lot on this already, and there's a lot out about it. But it seemed like to me, based on my research, as I'm still learning and going back and finding other stuff, I'm always finding a woman breastfeeding a child, like it's a male child, right? Even when I go back to studying the reptilians, they got the reptilian breastfeeding the male child. And then you go to the Inanna one, the Black Madonna one, Nimrod and his mother. I mean, it's always all the storylines, Jesus and his mother, Cleopatra and her son. It's always the mother-son concept. But it seemed like to me some kind of way they reversed it and made it father-son. They took the mother out and then put the father-son concept and the breastfeeding connection. Could you go in a little bit on that, the mother-son concept? Go ahead.
That's where you get your Masonic Lodge, mother and son, mama trained the son. So in these depictions of this imagery, the woman breastfeeding the infant, but the father is always counseling a child. He's not never breastfeeding, right? He's standing either next to him or he's standing, kneeling down to talk to him. In our culture, the Roman culture is a little different. It's freaky. It's male on male freaky, right? So the original was the birth of Earth's great defender, Heru. Heru's status as the prince who's the heir to Osiris's throne, but there's one problem. His uncle Set is in the way. So Set in the way becomes Satan's way. So now he got to figure out, as the infant to the Great Mother, how do I get my mama her proper position back and take my father's throne as his redeemer? I had to get rid of Uncle Set. So we waged war, the Falcon, against Uncle Set, which is really the armadillo from the south of the United States, but that's a whole nother thing. The war between Horus and Set is a war for the throne of Osiris that Set usurped. right? So who said usurp means under something, Big Mama seat? Do you know somebody who sit under Big Mama seat, Elder?
The Pope.
The Pope.
Yeah. Peter's chair. Like Peter's chair.
Yeah. But St. Peter's chair is at a whole nother church.
Yeah. Go ahead. Break it down, right?
They use that because Peter is patter and patter is father. So the Pope is holding Big Mama chair for his father, Set, that set him as a Jacobin, an underminer, under her throne to put the circle around the throne to block her from getting back to her seat. Right? So they show you the conjure magic part of it with the 72 stars in the uterus of the Great Mother. Right? But here's the part, if you notice at the beginning, she's not dressed like she from Egypt. She's not dressed like she from Rome. She dressed like Queen Califia. Play the first 30 seconds again, Elder. Where y'all can see her and then stop when you get on her picture and see if we can blow it up. Don't have the level of resistance of a human spontaneously gender transitioning.
Started with the frogs first, most sensitive to the environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, frogs were switching sexual disposition, actually gaining some of the gonads, actually growing wombs because of the exposure in the soil to the lexicon of chemicals that were coming out of the sky via the governmental chemtrails, which are harmless, according to the federal government.
For the last, ever since the first Trump election, they've been spraying stuff to try to clean that up. And this is why you have it looking like rocks falling out the sky.
Mm.
It's binding agents that bind to those chemicals to get them out of the air. In some places, your snow, it looked like styrofoam because it's binding agents.
Yeah.
In some places, they even literally raining rocks. Well, all that's the stuff that they're using to clean up the chemtrails. Well, we don't know. We out here going about our daily life, la-di-da-di-da. Somebody was terraforming the earth for a new species to inhabit it.
Absolutely. Giving us the
Right.
blueprint in social media for us to accept certain types of new physiology, them, they, Zerzy, all kinds of new wording to accept a new kind of, geoengineered life form, or
Yep.
a life form that was being introduced here, like the other life forms that came previously.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So when we looking at the totality of the picture, and we come to now, what's taking place now, based on what historically has happened, their days is up. That's it for them. It's over. Now we seeing the rollout of the ones that's sending these orbs ahead of them before they get here. The government desensitizing the people with drones the size of SUVs.
Absolutely.
And you know this because Donald J came on and said they know exactly where they at. If they came out of a garage, the military can go right in that garage.
Absolutely.
They know where they came from. They know where they went. That's the drones, but that ain't the orbs.
But you notice that they purposefully created a new term called UAP to take away the verbiage UFOs, which is classic. And they make sure they keep saying drones, but they don't tell you these light ships. And some are diamond-esque type of macabre looking ships. They don't speak about that, and they don't tell you why there's plasma shooting at the orbs, shooting some of them down. I mean, not the orbs, shooting at the drones, shot a few of them down.
So when you get to the biblical description of the angel and they draw the picture and they give you the Dyson sphere, that's what the orbs are. Those are satellites. Those are reconnaissance satellites
that is sent ahead of the fleets before they get to their destination. Wherever they coming from, if they coming from the inner earth, if they coming from a parallel dimension, if they coming from outer space, if they coming from a different time zone, wherever they coming from, they send those orbs, those Dyson spheres, as satellites. And all of those, what appear to be eyes, are just cameras. They give them a 360-degree panoramic view of the layout before they come. Mm-hmm. So when they come, they know where they're going. Absolutely. They know what they're about to enter into before they get there.
Mm-hmm. And the orbs are actually placed on, we've noticed and documented, they're over every landmass, and it's usually one, if it's a smaller landmass, so you'll see the orbs positioned there. So they're definitely documenting the area and getting a scope of what's going on. And the other places like Jersey, maybe where there's more nuclear facilities and more, that's where the drones are erecting in more masses to try to accommodate and try to cloak the others that are here. Yeah.
So let me point out something since you brought up New Jersey. Yeah. Noble Drew Ali went into what's called the Moorish Zionist Jewish temple and discovered the magic that they was using to subjugate the people of the land. He came out of, this was in New Jersey, in Newark, New Jersey. He came out of the Moorish Zionist temple and established the Moorish Science Temple. Right? Because it was a direct confrontation to the Moorish Zionist Jews. Right? These Moorish Zionist Jews is niggas.
Which is Sephardic, just FYI. They usually, sometimes they call themselves Sephardic.
The Sephardi are the Spanish converts, pale-skinned Spanish converts. The original Moorish Zionist Jews was nappy-head niggas. Right? And they live across the